sci-fi television.
Okay, so you know how some shows like really stick with you? You think about them years later?
Yeah, definitely.
Well, we're diving into one of those today, and it's a little out there.
Sounds fun.
So picture this: an overweight insurance executive dies and has his brain put into like a perfect genetically engineered body.
Wow. That's a premise, all right.
It is, and it's the premise of Now and Again, which only ran for one season back in like 1999, 2000.
1999 to 2008.
And it was created by Glenn Gordon Caron, who also created Moonlighting, so the guy knew how to make a show.
For sure.
And today we're going to explore why Now and Again, with its like wild premise, only lasted the one season.
I'm intrigued already.
See, so the show starts off by introducing us to Michael Wiseman. He's a pretty average guy, insurance job, lives in the suburbs with his wife Lisa and his daughter Heather.
Suburbia classic.
Exactly, like super relatable, and then things go sideways when he gets passed over for a promotion.
Ouch.
Yeah, so he goes to drown his sorrows with his buddy Roger.
Makes sense.
And then bam, he's hit by a subway train. Oh, wow.
That this average guy's life is over.
That's heavy.
It is. And it's like the catalyst for this whole crazy story.
So what happens to Michael's brain?
Well, that's where it gets interesting. A secret government project led by this Dr. Theodore Morris recovers his brain.
Okay.
And they put it into a brand new genetically engineered body.
Whoa, hold on. A brand new body.
Like super strong, super fast, basically the perfect spy.
So they basically made him into a superhero.
Kinda, but here's the catch. He can never, ever contact his family again.
Wait, what? Why?
If he does, they'll kill him and Lisa and Heather.
That's brutal.
Super brutal.
Mm-hmm.
So now you've got Michael stuck in this new life with this incredible body, but unable to be with the people he loves.
Man, that's a lot to process. Like, does he even feel like the same person?
Right. Like, what even is identity when your body changes so drastically? And the show really digs into that.
I bet.
So we see Michael learning to be a spy, going on these missions, but it's always tinged with this sadness because he misses his family.
Yeah, that would be tough. And he tries to find ways to connect with them without revealing who he is, leaving messages in places they'll find and things like that.
Clever.
Yeah. And meanwhile, Lisa and Heather are dealing with their own stuff.
Like what?
Well, Michael's death messes up their finances. Insurance complications and all that. Plus, they're suspicious about how he died.
I can imagine.
And on top of all that, Dr. Morris is running all these experiments on Michael, pushing his new body to its limits.
You've got the family drama, the spy stuff, and the sci-fi element all mixed together.
Exactly. And it creates this really unique blend of genres.
Sounds ambitious.
It was, and the cast was great. John Goodman actually plays the original Michael in the flashbacks.
Really? That's perfect casting.
I know, right? And Eric Close plays the new Michael, and you've got Margaret Collin as Lisa Heather Matarazzo, as Heather Dennis Haysbert as Dr. Morris, and Garrett Graham as Roger.
Wow, quite the lineup.
But even with all that talent, the show struggled. It aired on Friday nights, which was a tough spot, and it got preempted a lot because of sports and stuff.
Yeah, Friday nights are a graveyard slot.
Plus, it was expensive to make like $2.4 million per episode.
Whoa, that's a lot.
So after just one season, CBS canceled it.
Makes sense from a business perspective, I guess.
Yeah, but what about from a viewer's perspective?
Well, I think for some people, the show just got too complicated. Too many storylines, and the tone was all over the place.
The critics definitely had mixed feelings. Some loved the premise, but thought it got bogged down in the execution.
The whole family drama versus spy thriller thing.
Yeah, they couldn't quite figure out what the show wanted to be. And some felt the story was disjointed despite the great cast.
But I bet there were also people who loved it. Right? Like those who really connected with the characters and the unique vibe.
Oh, absolutely. Some critics praised the quirky tone, the strong performances, and the sheer originality of the concept.
And that cliffhanger ending.
Yeah, they definitely left us hanging. So, Now and Again, the show with a truly wild idea, a great cast, but ultimately it couldn't quite find its footing. But it does make you think, even though it was canceled, what does it say about our desire for second chances? How much does our physical form impact who we are?
Those are some deep questions, man.
And seeing the ordinary thrust into the extraordinary, that's always a compelling story, right? Even if it only lasts a season.
I'd say it's just something to ponder for sure.
Forgotten sci-fi television. Join us on a new expedition, searching through the tears. fresh and rotten.